Hola.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Light of the Leo. JoJo Speaks. This young man right here, he made me watch Young Royals, and we have made it to the last episode.
We have, haven't we?
We-
Season finale, episode 6 of season 2, y'all.
I really need to go through the process of creating the playlist so all of it can be shown together on the YouTubes, but we have made it. And it's been a journey. Not exactly the happiest journey, but a journey of understanding.
Yes.
And I appreciate those kinds of moments here. So, Jonathan, let us go ahead and get started. Won't you join us?
Absolutely. So we start off episode 6 with Willem and Simone in post-coital bliss. They're getting themselves together. Of course, it seems to be the same day because it seems like they started while class was going, and so it seems like it's probably about 2 or 3. Anyways, so Simone tells Willem, I'll call you when I leave the police station, and Willem's like, okay, and Simone gives him a kiss, and Simone exits the room, and so then we have Wilhelm sort of kind of practicing for his speech, saying the beginning of the speech, to your queen, I'm honored to be here in your presence and all that good stuff. Then he gets that text message from August asking him to meet up. August needs to talk. And Wilhelm says, I don't want to talk to you. No, not happening. Then August texts back, it's about Simone and it's urgent. Did you have any idea what this meant by August texting Willem? Did you have an idea of what it might have been about?
I was clueless. And the reason why I didn't think any further about it, because I didn't care.
So you no worry, no fret,
No,
just
I was
just
like,
ign-
mm.
insignificance.
You know what? It's like as if I would have seen it myself and be like, that's weird, and keep it pushing.
Gotcha. So next thing we have Simone approaching Marcus. I don't think we saw Marcus at all in episode 5. I think we saw Marcus text Simone saying, we could have gotten up this weekend. How about we get up next weekend? But Marcus did not show
Trying
his
to fight
face.
for what he don't got. Go ahead.
Right. Marcus did not show his face in episode 5. So we have Simone approaching Marcus and he tells him, I like you a lot and you're awesome and you're all good. And Marcus says, yeah, but I'm not enough, right? It's I'm perfect, but still not enough for poor old Simon. And Marcus says it must be about I'm nothing compared to a prince, were his words. And Simone says, this is not about Willie. Yeah, sure. Okay, so
No, I do agree with that. It's not about Willie. It's about the fact that you ignored me when I told you I don't need a relationship right now.
that is very true. Simone does tell Marcus, I tried telling you I'm not looking for anything serious, and you chose to ignore. And Marcus says, okay, so it's my fault that you treat me like shit. And I understand both sides in this. I understand Marcus's frustrations because he tried to push a relationship that he really, 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 really wanted. And Simone kept giving him signals, especially during that party. He was all up in Marcus's face, although it was to, cause jealousy between Willie and Simone. But, anyways, Marcus,
But I do feel like this is a situation where we need to really just take a step back and think. He was trying to force something. And that's never a good premise, a good thing to stand on when it comes to a freaking whole relationship. And that's what he wanted from him. And when you try to force things that it's just not ready to come to fruition, because if he would have waited for him to at least get over them or they go through their mess or whatever, he would have been better off. But, God bless.
well, it is what it is. So Marcus proceeds to telling Simone, you know what your problem is? Your problem is you keep walking around acting like the victim Okay, like all these problems are just falling into your lap. But you know what? I think you love drama. I think drama turns you on. Okay. Do you agree in any way, shape, or form with what Marcus told Simone? In any way, shape, or form, do you agree with any of his words?
In no in no capacity do I even sort of kind of agree with this, and I'll tell you why. Marcus was in a space of trying to bring him down, bring Simone down, in my opinion. And when he's talking about you want drama, it's like he's saying that being with me would not have been cumbersome, would not have been an issue, would not have been difficult. But you'd want to go over there where you have to deal with royalty. And that's a problem. So basically saying you want problems, not talking about the fact that he wants the love of his life. No, you just want problems. And he tried to make him feel bad or just try to, I guess, laugh the effort to show that it's crazy over here.
Okay, and your mic just went out again, sounding muffled. But
How about now?
okay, it's much better now. It's much better now.
What's the last part you didn't hear?
The last part I didn't hear was about Marcus and the way that you did not agree with what he said to Simone.
Gosh, I didn't hear all that. Okay, cool. So basically, all I was saying was that I don't agree. Well, excuse me. I believe that Marcus was trying to show that it's less cumbersome or less difficult over with me
Mm.
versus with a royal. You don't have to deal with royalty with me. It's just me, and I'm not going to give you any issues, no problems. But over there, it's going to be a problem, and it's the comparison is that's not the issue. But of course, he wants to make himself look better, so of course, that's what you say.
Wow, wow. To be honest, I'm really on both of these guys' sides with this because I
Okay.
see where both of them are coming from. I understand that Simone did all that he could to tell Marcus that he doesn't want a relationship. He made it crystal clear to him in episode 3. However, when it was convenient for Simone to use Marcus as a ploy to make
Yeah.
Willie jealous at that masquerade party, he did just that.
Yeah.
He was looking for Willie, and then asking Marcus for a dance so that they can dance right in front of him. That's clear to me. And so when Marcus actually brought up during this conversation, so what did you want me to come to the ball to make Willie jealous? Of course, Simone didn't answer that. But
Because we all
Marcus,
know what that answer is.
exactly. And so Marcus unfortunately now sees the reason why Simone was showing any type of interest in him. Um,
Hmm.
and I think it's breaking Marcus's heart. And he's feeling used. And I understand that. And maybe if Marcus had known what Simone wanted to use him for, because really Simone didn't decide to use him until episode 4. Before
Exactly.
he was just trying to get Willie off his mind, but
And
then
also trying to separate the two.
exactly. But then when it came to the party, he got in his feelings and went overboard. But
Hmm.
but I do, in a way, I sort of kind of feel Marcus when he says that Simone claims to be the victim because he does that all the time with Willie. You want me to wait for 2 years and you wouldn't even come out and say it was you on the video, and you can't even say that you're with me in public, and it's he acts like a victim quite a bit when it comes to Willie, and that's annoying, very, very much annoying to me. Would you agree with that? That he comes off as a victim with Willie?
You do have a point, because the things that Willie was asking for were things that were required because he's who he is. And we talked about this over and over again. If he would have been just a taste bit compromising and have just been okay, he doesn't have to be okay with everything, but do a
Mhm.
little bit of compromise and also thinking about the fact of the situation that he's in. There's nothing that Willie could do to change who he is and
At
who his
all.
family is, but he just yeah, he was horrible in that aspect.
He was. So in our next scene, we have Willie meeting up with August. And August says, well, I understand that Simone plans to go to the police. So I concocted a master plan. So we've decided that Alexander will take the fault for the video being posted. He was outside of my room. He grabbed my phone and he did this and he did that. They've got this all together, and then he also adds in, if you tried to turn me in, I've got all these prescription pills with Simone's father's name on it, and he can be charged for selling narcotics to us. So, pick your pleasure,
Touche,
Willie.
baby. Touche.
What did you think of August getting back into his evil bag?
Hey, good for him. But how can we not see this coming? You know,
Right,
you know, he's going to do his best to make himself look good, and you're not going to mess up the opportunity for me to actually be a crown prince.
right,
What are you talking about? Of course, I'm your backup. You better get in ship shape.
right. And were you surprised that Alexander seems to be willingly able and ready to go along with this plan
I
when he
felt
doesn't
sorry for the
even
man.
like August? He doesn't
I,
even
f-
like him.
I felt sorry for the man. I'm sorry. Like, what? Why? Why are you letting them do these things to you?
And
It's
what's
just so
in it for
sad.
you? Like, what are
And
you
that's the
getting out
that's
of
the
this?
biggest thing for me. Like, what is in it for you? Are you just looking to be revered as a best friend? Because that's what you'll never be. You'll always be the one that's going to take the fall, and that's not a valued position in the friendship.
Right, but we have to remember that August just recently told him at the masquerade party that Willie was the one whose idea it was to blame the drugs on him in season one, which caused him
But
to
yeah, so he's
be
still sad.
suspended. So he's still upset. So I think that's what August used to get him to agree to do it.
Yeah,
But
that makes sense.
it is what it is. But that was such a master plan, like a master plan for a teenager to think of to try to get himself out of trouble. I
You
thought
got
it
to do what
was,
you got to do.
yeah, it was. So then we get Sarah and Felice cleaning up the stable. Russo is no longer there. I don't believe, at least not at this point. Um, I think Russo had just been shipped off, and so
Mm-hmm.
um, Felice says, "I don't want any more secrets between us. I don't want us to hold anything else against each other. We need to
Child.
just let it all out." And so Sarah takes this opportunity to reveal to Felice that she's in love with August. Felice proceeds to go off on Sarah. She doesn't even care that he's her ex. That's not even the point. The point of the matter is August is the worst person in the world. You're with an a-hole. You're with the Joker. You're with a villain, girl. What did you think of Felice's reaction to Sarah's statement? Were you surprised that she isn't mad that she's dating her ex just because he's her ex?
When I first saw it, I was actually kind of surprised that she was so upset. But I had to understand that she wasn't upset that it was her ex. It was just that she was upset that she was with a horrible dude. And you've seen that she's horrible, but you decided to continue to stay with him. So yeah, I understood, but I'll say this: I'm the kind of person that says I'll be here for your marriage and I'll be here for your divorce.
Gotcha.
You
Yeah,
love who you love.
right. So next we have Willem telling Simon about August's master plan, letting him know that Simon might not want to go to the police because August got it all figured out, and we might as well just maybe we should just leave this alone. But they are in dire straits. So then Willem calls Felice and asks her if she's spoken to August, trying to see if Felice is up on game on what August's new plan is. So August is out in the shooting range. He's shooting some targets. And so Willie and Simone come out to confront him. Willie says to
Hmm.
August, "Who told you that Simone was going to the police? Tell me now." And August just kind of laughs it off. He's like, "Whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go on somewhere with it with that bull." And then Willie picks up the gun that August was just shooting with,
Ciao.
points it at August's chest, tells
Ciao.
him to get on his knees, kneel before your prince. Okay, tell him to get on his knees. And repeatedly yells, "Who told you?" Meanwhile, Felice and Sarah are walking up to the scene. And so now we know something's about to go down. Okay.
Okay.
And Willie takes a shot in the air and then points it
Mm.
right back at August to let him know the gun is locked and loaded. Okay,
Okay,
ready
we're
to go
ready.
into you. Okay, if you don't tell me who told you that Simone was going to the police, and then August surprisingly stays quiet. He doesn't snitch at all. But it's
I'm not
Sarah.
surprised though.
Me
I'm not
either,
surprised because
because he
that's
really
his
likes
woman.
Sarah. Yeah, yeah. And so Sarah then pipes up and says, "It was me. It was me. I told August because I wanted him to turn himself in, and I thought he would do the right thing, but he would." Then Simone looks at Sarah like, "Wait a minute. How you knew this the whole time, and even you knew that that he posted that video?" And Sarah has to say yes, and Sarah's not one to lie, and Simone walks off the scene. He's very upset, y'all. He is very
At
hurt,
his sister.
but at his sister and at August so much, and Felice is in shock. Felice is like, "Why did I ever ask you to be my friend? Why did I ever allow you to be in my life?" Felice is disgusted. Felice walks out. Willie still has August on his knees, and Willie says something to August. I can't remember what he said, but then he spits at August's feet. I thought it was should have been right in his face, but maybe they don't want to do that to the kids, and
I
I
guess.
understand that. But Sarah goes to walk away, and August is like, Sarah, you know what it's like to try to be the one to get everything done the right way, and to get things in the right way, and Sarah's not having none of it and walks away. What were your thoughts on that entire scene? And were you thinking that August might die in this scene?
No, not at all. But one thing I can say, I felt sorry for Sarah in this because she thought that boy was really going to, go to the police first. I don't know what made her think that he was going to do that,
Mm.
but she really thought that he was going to turn himself in before he said anything just to make things easier. But of course, he's over here trying to uphold the fact that he is the spare now. So I'm not going to, I don't want to mess anything up and decide to go back to his old ways. And apparently, his old ways got him with a shotgun in his chest.
Okay. So then we head back to Felice and Sarah's room. Felice walks in, and it looks like she's starting to pack up some things. And Felice is so upset with Sarah. And then the other girls walk in, and the other girls are like, "Sarah, why would you do this? And why would you keep secrets?" And so then Sarah
And so,
says,
like,
"Oh, we're not keeping secrets."
oh,
Because then there's a secret love thing going on amongst the
you might
girls.
want to shut that
Okay.
down.
And Sarah really could have said out loud what was going on between them, but thankfully she did not. Were you nervous that
Hmm.
Sarah was going to let that cat out the bag?
I was hoping she was going to let that out the bag because that would have been a little ammo for her. Because you,
Yeah.
because you can't be talking all crazy knowing that you have, of course, glass house
Hmm.
situation.
Right, exactly. So then Simone, he's in his room under a red light, and he's on the phone with his best friend, and he's contemplating what he wants to do with Willie. He's saying, Willie wants me to be with him, but he wants me to wait for 2 years. And the friend is like, "Well, 2 years is a long time, but I mean, if you love him, that then that's what it is." And so,
Good
what do you?
friends.
Right. So, what do you think is going through Simone's mind, and what is it that you think has kept him from being with Willie? Is it only because he doesn't want to wait?
I think it's only because it's not the way he wants to have Willet.
Okay.
He has certainly shown himself to be very selfish in these spaces. I understand we all want to have our love the way we want to have our love, but he wasn't understanding of the situation. He wasn't trying to be open minded. He wasn't trying to work with the man. He said, "I just want it the way I want it. And if that's not going to happen, I'm not going to have you." But of course, his strong love for the man could not let him go.
That's true. That's very true. So then we have August meeting up with Sarah right outside the school gates. And he says, "Hey Sarah, I brought Russo for you," because he knows how important Russo is to Sarah, and he's hoping that this will into get him back into her good graces. We see that that does not work. Sarah's like, "You don't understand, do you? You don't get it, do you? You're still an a-hole, and you're still a terrible person, and you still haven't turned yourself in. So no." And then she turns around and she walks off. Were you proud of Sarah in that moment not to fall for the whole "I bought you a horse" routine?
Yeah, but can I tell you something though?
Tell me something.
For some reason, I kind of want them to still be together
Why?
because it makes me feel sorry for August. Like, he ain't never gonna have nobody, not like her.
That's very true. That's probably his soulmate, to be honest,
Yeah,
if anything. But
I could see her calming down and possibly hitting him up. You know what I'm saying?
right, we still got a season three. We still have a season three. So
Yeah.
ain't no telling what's gonna go on between them two lovebirds. I would fully expect for them to get back together, to be honest, in season three. I really
Hmm.
would. Um, and so next we have Wille and Simone getting ready for the Jubilee celebration that's about to take place,
Yay.
where Wille is supposed to be giving the speech, and Simone is singing with the choir the original version of the school song. And Simone finally tells Wille, "You know what? I want to be with you. I want to be with you, and even if it takes 2 years of us waiting, that's enough for me because we'll be together forever." They hug, and then Simone says those three words to Willie: "I love you," much like Willie said it to Simone in the season finale of the first season. So, were you jumping for joy for this scene, Jennifer? Okay, shouting
Uh,
hallelujah at the mountaintops.
I wasn't exactly on the mountaintops, but I can at least say I was relieved because like this took long enough. This boy is stupid to not just bend a little bit for the boy, just a little bit. And to be honest, Loki kind of made me a little upset, and I'll tell you why. After all this time, you don't drag some other random boy up in this situation and all this stuff. Y'all could have been happy holding each other up through all the hard times throughout all this time. Um, and I know Felice still would have been there and all that stuff, but y'all really
Of
could have been
course.
there for each other in those moments and instead of acting like y'all don't want each other when y'all do. It's stupid. And that's why I got upset.
I understand. Yeah, we
Hmm.
we we could have exited, or alleviated at least 3 or 4 of these 6 episodes to
Yeah.
get to this, because
Yes.
it feels like the payoff isn't really as worth it, because it's like this could have been solved in
Yeah.
episode two.
Yeah.
Literally could have been solved in episode two. But yeah, hey, it is what it is. Kids be doing teenage things. Excuse me, and that's how it goes. So then we have the speech. The head mistress, the head teacher, she introduces Prince Wille. August actually gets up to say the speech because the man from the royal court told him that he would be the one saying the speech, and so
Because he was
August
still
gets
acting a little crazy.
right. August gets up to take the podium, and Wille gets up 5 seconds after and looks at August.
Yes, eventually.
Okay, looks at August as he walks up to the podium, like, "Sit your ass down. Okay, this ain't your time. It's
I
my
don't know what you
time."
think this is.
Okay, so Willie takes the podium with the choir standing behind him, and he starts his speech off the way that it was originally written. My royal subjects, or whatever, however you want to say it. Then he goes off script and he says, "It's sad that we can't even change a school song because of fear. We've let fear take over our lives." And then he admits that it is him
That was on that video.
in the sex video with Simone. Um, then Willie looks back at Simone. The therapist was living for this. The therapist was just sitting there smiling. Okay,
Now you gonna make me want to go back, not drive back, go back to it so I can look at that.
yeah, just for that scene, when
Yeah,
he's watching him, and he's got his hand on his chin, and he's
look at
just a
him living his
smiling.
life. Oh my
Okay,
god, making the
and
decisions.
so Willie looks back at Simone. Simone takes like 10 to 15 seconds to finally crack a smile. Okay. Meanwhile, Sarah is on a bus calling the police, saying that she wants to report a crime.
Oof.
Willie then turns back to the camera and the scene goes off. What did you think of Willie somewhat coming out? He didn't really officially come out, but he just admitted that he was in the video with Simone. And what do you think of Sarah trying to turn August in, if that's what she's doing? Because we didn't hear her say August's name in that phone call.
Sorry. So first of all, I did not expect the ending to be what it was. I did not expect him to say that. That's for sure. Didn't see that coming at all. The admittance, I didn't see any of that. I thought he would be sassy, but not like, drop bombshells. But hey, do what you do. And as far as whatever, what's her name, Sarah?
Mm-hmm.
As far as whatever she was doing, go on, do what you do, boo. If she do what you do, I still don't think that was a smart thing to do. That's all I gotta say with that.
Why don't you think it was smart for her to do that?
Because of the involvement with the Royals and what could happen as a result or retaliation possibly.
Mm.
That's what I'm thinking about.
And
Hopefully she's doing it.
She's not considering any of that.
Yeah, I can only hope that she's being doing it anonymously. But her and her Asperger's, I think it might leave her devoid of that kind of thought process. But as far as this ending is concerned, I literally booed after I saw it. I sent Jonathan a voice memo and booed. I don't like this. Boo. I don't like the way it ended. But I'll watch the third one with you.
Wonderful. And why is it that you didn't like the way it ended? How would you have wanted it to end?
I need more. I needed to know more of what is to come, because like the ending, it ended. I would not have even been able to tell you that that's how it's going to end. Not even a little bit. I couldn't even see any of that coming. Like, wait. Oh, okay. So I just wanted more. That's all.
I can understand that. We all want more at some point. Well, you guys can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is JoJo_speaks 3020. My Facebook is Jonathan Lee.
Wait, how did you like the ending?
I loved it. I really did. I was actually watching one reactor. He's also a gay man. He was crying during the speech, like literally crying, because that's what he wanted for Willie to do. And that's what a lot of the reactors that I've watched have wanted for Willie to do, just come out. I will have to shout out my favorite reactor to this show. His YouTube channel is Ewaz, capital EWAZZ, Ewaz. He does hilarious reactions. He was actually fully on Marcus's side during that scene between Marcus and Simone. He was like, because he literally called Simone diabolical because of Simone's actions during the season. And it
certainly can be seen that way for sure.
Yes. Right. And the entire season he was calling Marcus the Uberman, because
he took him to
the party in the first episode, and he actually apologized to Marcus after that scene and says, I'm sorry I called you Uberman. You deserved your name back, Marcus. You done a great job, my good man, my good sir. Yeah, that was something else. But anyways, I do also have my own YouTube channel. It is JoJo Speaks. I post videos every Thursday night at 9:30 with hot topics and social commentary with my co-host Genesita, as well as my brother-in-law Tyrone and our good friend Mike. Make sure to join us. Our next show we are watching is called Heartbreak High. It is also a Netflix series exclusive.
Oh, really?
It is, and it's a comedy, so it'll be a lot more enjoyable for Jennifer.
Well, I'm happy that you're thinking about me, but just no, it's okay for me to watch things that I don't like per se. All right, I am the Light of the Leo. Just follow me on TikTok, Instagram, as well, of course, as YouTube here at the Light of the Leo. Come join me. I think you'll like it. Okay. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much. This is the end. Young Royals, until the third season comes out, I guess we'll see you then. I ain't too upset that Jonathan made me watch this. It was alright for what it was. And we will see you guys next time for what's the new show?
Heartbreak High.
Heartbreak High. Sounds like a bunch of youngins again. Where they from?
It is Australia.
Australia. All right. Let's see y'all.
Bye, y'all.